Hi, friends. Sending you big bear hugs. Hoping everyone's staying safe, happy, and healthy. We sure do miss you, and we're here today to bring some fun activities to you. So, we are going to do one that I enjoy called Fruit Loop Drop. Now, this doesn't have to be Fruit Loops, parents. You could do whatever dry cereal or dry snack that you have on hand that is easy for your infant to pick up and bring to a bottle opening and drop it inside. So it could even be veggie sticks. If you have those cereals like Cheerios, those are great. Um, and if you want, you could have on if you have on hand, or if you want to go and get Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks, they're fun because they're colorful, and veggie straws are colorful too. But don't feel bad if you use Cheerios. It's just another way that you incorporate language skills into the activity. Teaching your infant colors. But what's really cool about this activity is that it's going to turn into a music and movement activity at the end. So we are going to do a fun tutorial of how to tell your infant to put the item over the opening and release it. So you want to keep it simple. You want to say pick up, and then you're going to show your infant how you bring it over to the opening and you go drop. So pick up, drop. So once they get that step of picking up and dropping, that's when maybe if you want to add another description of what they're doing, be like, oh, pick up, oh, orange, this is orange, drop. Definitely, if you want, you could then incorporate counting as well, like one green, drop. And then, if you want, you could just do as many as you want, and you could also do like the other language, like uno, azul, uno for the blue Fruit Loop. And as you know, your infants probably want to grab all of them all at once and try to put them in their mouth. So definitely pick something that you don't mind your infant putting in their mouth, and if they chew it up and swallow. So something that they're already familiar with and you're comfortable with them eating, and you will probably put either one item in front of them or like up to like I would say three. Um, and after you demonstrate it to them, that's when you would give them, okay, here's one, and you could probably keep the group of Fruit Loops or Cheerios or Apple Jacks or veggie sticks with you on your side of the table. Now you can do this activity at the kitchen table, the dining room table, the counter. You could do it on the floor. You want to do somewhere where it's leveled, and for the bottle to lay flat and as balanced as it can, because I know your infant's going to be, moving it around and everything. So something where you could probably hold on to the bottle while your infant tries to figure out bringing the item to the opening. I'm using a reusable one. It's on nice hard plastic, and it's transparent. So parents, it's really neat to get like to keep on hand. Um, your water bottles or Gatorade bottles, if they're only one use, and you throw them in the recyclable, maybe keep a couple, rinse them out, dry them out. Or if you have one that's like this on hand, the clear ones are really neat because your infant can then watch the item as it drops. So cause and effect. And then after you drop as many as your infant wants to or you do with them, don't feel bad. It's totally normal for your infant to pick up and to keep the item in their hands and not voluntarily release, because they're so probably excited about what they're doing and connecting the dots and looking at all the items on the bottom of the bottle. So they're like, wow, wow. So, if they do that action, it's awesome. To do any action, to interact with you, to watch you, to explore with their hands, and maybe not even bring it to the bottle. It's just so neat for them to be, exploring. Praise them with everything that they do. As simple as the phrases that you're going to be using, like pick up and like maybe saying rojo, red, or one, you know, say hooray, good job, give them a high five, do the whole expression of like, yay, bringing up your hands for the hooray, clapping for them, with every step that they do. It's amazing. So keep that praising up. and they'll be so excited to make you happy and excited. They'll be like, this is really neat, and they'll want to, just interact with you longer with the activity. And then at the end, you will keep the cap. So in the beginning activity, if it's a cap that is from something that's a one-use recyclable, like an Ice Mountain or a Gatorade or a Fiji bottle, keep that cap to the side safely because you're going to want to use it at the end. So once they fill it up with you, you're going to want to close it up. And then definitely, if you think your infant can figure it out, or if it's kind of loose, you could use tape or you could get glue. And then once you secure it, then your infant has a little maraca made out of their snack food. And if you want, you could let them, keep that as their new sensory bottle, or you could then show them how you can twist it off and dump it back out, and be like, wow, let's do it again, and do the activity all over again, or for a later day. You could be like the Cheerios or the Fruit Loops or the veggie sticks that you use for their activity. Because they're the ones touching it, you're the ones touching it, they can definitely eat it as their snack too later on. So it's not a waste if you don't want to waste food. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and we sure do miss you. Sending you big bear hugs again, and I hope to see you on one of our Zooms soon. Mwah! Bye!
Today we're going to be reading George the Generous Giraffe. In this world of animals, both big and small, there's one unique animal who stands very tall. His name is George the Generous Giraffe. He makes his friends giggle and laugh. Why is he called the Generous Giraffe, you say? Because George loves to give his things away. George gives away clothes, toys, and things he does not need. He donates his time and his skills, even his money indeed. Last week, George helped Mr. Kangaroo's cut his grass. On Wednesday, he reads to Miss Peacock's class. George tells a joke when he gives something away. His humor and generosity brightens everyone's day. One day George looked around, and he had given everything he had. Now how would he help those in need? He felt so sad. With no extra toys, clothes, or money left to give out, George had to think of another way, not just sit and pout. Late that night, while laying in bed, George had an idea pop in his head. George thought of a way to earn money by making others laugh out loud. By being creative, he would have more to give and would feel so proud. George and his friends would use their talents to put on a show. They would sell tickets and invite everyone they know. The day finally arrived and George's talent show began. Animals came to enjoy the show from all across the land. His friend Bo the Beaver sang a song and played the guitar, and Allie the Alligator sold treats at the snack bar. George told funny jokes and made everyone laugh. This made him a super happy and thankful giraffe. The show was a hit, and the fans yelled "Bravo" out loud. George, Bo, and Allie smiled and then bowed. They all chose to continue with their generous ways, donating their time, skills, and money for the rest of their days. You see, George has learned and hopes you will believe when you give and are generous, you actually receive. I hope you liked that fun, cute little book about the giraffe, and you were really excited when you saw George's new activity this morning.